Bar Stool Sports. Titus, Brandon Walker, mostly sports.
I just saw Connor's shirt. You've worn that before, right? Who is that? Oh boy.
This is Rhea Ripley.
Oh boy, go back to the couch. Go back to the couch.
Brandon's mic is terrible. It's all. I'm afraid I'm going to break it too. It's coming off the hook.
Welcome to Mostly Sports, presented by Jagermeister. I'm Mark Titus. He is CG3, aka Scoof, aka the weapon. How's that going?
It's taking a brief hiatus, but we're going to be back soon.
Today is Tuesday, July 9th. We are live from Chicago, and we want to talk to you about Jaeger. You want to do Brandon's lines for him?
Sure. Yeah.
We got a script today. Here, you go first.
Okay. Hey, Mark. What do you do when you're out with your friends? The waiter comes up and asks what everyone wants to drink, but everyone kind of freezes. What do you do there? And they just kind of look at each other for approval. What do you do?
What should I do?
You should have some confidence, man. Or as Jagermeister calls it, shotfidence.
My turn?
Yeah.
No. It's still your turn.
If everyone is having trouble ordering, here's what you do. Be a baller, be a shot caller, order for the table a round of ice-cold Jagermeister shots. Damn, that's cold.
Mm-hmm.
Because apparently we've all been drinking Jagermeister wrong.
What? How should we be drinking it?
Sounded like Scooby-Doo.
Oh?
We should be drinking it ice-cold at 0 degrees Fahrenheit, Mark.
Damn, that's cold. Wherever you're at, if you're hanging with friends or at the bar, maybe you're doing all the sports stuff, just mostly sports stuff, call the shots. Cheers with ice-cold Jagermeister. Remember to check Jagermeister out at barstoolxjagermeister.com. Drink responsibly. Jagermeister the core. 35% alcohol by volume. Imported by Mass Jagermeister U.S. White Plains, New York. That was good. That was damn good.
Ooh.
Damn, that's cold.
Ooh.
I should have been doing like
Ad-libs.
yeah, studio audience.
Yeah, next time.
Yeah, next time.
What do you want to talk about, Connor? There's a lot of sports going on. Everyone says this is a dead period of sports, but it's also not. There's also it's just there's not like one thing everybody latches onto. But there's Wimbledon going on. We have soccer games today that matter. If you're into that sort of thing, we have the USA basketball team almost lost to the select team last night.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. We have baseball, and this is true. You can look this up. Baseball is still going on right now.
Yes, it is.
There's baseball happening. We have the home run derby. The participants were announced. So there is a lot of sports going on. I just think there's not like the one thing that everybody can latch onto other than Bronny James. I think that's the one thing. So what tickles your fancy, Connor Griffin?
You know, Mark, when you asked me to do this show with you last year, and you said, Connor, you're the greatest college football mind that we have at this company. I'm the best college basketball mind. We should form a daily show together.
Yep.
And I want you at the desk with me. I didn't expect us to be here at show number 201.
Wow, we're already to 201?
Yeah, we're 201.
Feels like just yesterday we were at 200.
Yeah, I know.
That's crazy.
Pretty wild. But no, I mean, my mind's so locked in on college football.
Is it? Why? Okay, let's talk about that. Is it the video game?
It's the video game. It's also the fact that I just went out and I got my preview magazines over the weekend.
I did too.
Did you?
I did too, yeah.
Which one did you get?
I don't know if it's what are the best ones. I picked this one up at the I was at a bookstore.
Okay.
And I was in Boulder, so that's why Shooter Sanders is on the cover. I was just walking through a bookstore in Boulder. I got the Athlon. Well, I don't know what the hierarchy is though of these.
Phil Steele is the one.
Phil Steele's the one.
Everybody says like that's the one, but then there are some people who take issue with the fact that he kind of like hypes himself up too much. It's like, oh, I was right this many times. I was,
Is that you? Are you the one? Are you?
No. I've talked to. Listen, I'm in the circles. I talk to other college football heads.
Where do you think this is Athlon? Again, I didn't pick up Athlon because I like Athlon the most. I was in a bookstore scanning the magazines real quick, looking for some nudie mags, and they didn't have them, but I did see Shooter Sanders, so I was like, oh, dude, he's got a pat. And I saw his chain, and I was like, dude, how sick is that chain? I got to buy that magazine.
Well, you also...
That chain is so sick.
You saw better than anybody just how much of a path Colorado has.
Colorado does have a path, yeah. And I got fired up about that, so I bought this one. I have no idea if it's good, bad, or otherwise. I'm flipping to the Big Ten. We're both Big Ten guys, Connor.
Yes.
So let's take a look.
So I bought it in Pennsylvania, and
you bought Athlon?
I bought Athlon, and then I also got I got Phil Steele, and then I got Lindy's because Lindy's.
Well,
nobody make a joke about Lindy's.
Do it, Evo. Do it.
do you like Lindy's?
Did you like Lindy's?
Yeah, I like Lindy's.
You like when Lindy's nuts are in your mouth?
You like when Lindy's is nuts?
No.
Lindy's my balls in your mouth.
No, I got those because
When
I had
does
some
penis
Penn State
across your
guys.
face?
Stop. Enough with that.
My
But no, I think I was thinking it over. I do think this is the most anticipated college football season of my lifetime.
Wow.
Which is not a crazy thing to say because I'm not the oldest person. I'm the youngest person in this room. But at the same time, not saying you're old, but I'm just saying I have the least life experience of everybody here. But I do think out of my lifetime, this is the most anticipated one. Going to 12 teams. We got NCAA football coming out, or college football 25. I was watching that religiously yesterday with the gameplay and everything. I've been reading up on the magazines. I'm all in. I'm all in on this season.
Saying something in your lifetime is a great way to frame things because no one can really argue against it.
Yeah.
It's genius. It is genius. I love that. This is the best thing in my lifetime.
Unless you were born on December 5th, 1999, you can't really.
And then I would be like, Connor, you fucking idiot. No, it's not. There's this year, and then you're like, I'm talking about my lifetime, bro. It sounds like you're talking about your lifetime. I'm talking about my lifetime. Athlon Big Ten preview. Hit me with what you think the predicted order of finish. Who's going to win the Big Ten?
It's going to be Ohio State winning the Big Ten.
That's what they say as well.
Oregon in the Big Ten championship game.
Oregon is number 2 according to Athlon.
And I'll say, I don't know if they probably put Penn State 3.
They got Michigan 3.
Really?
They got Michigan 3.
Okay, yeah.
They got Michigan 3 and Penn State 4, USC 5.
Wow. Okay, USC. I wasn't expecting them to have.
they got IU and Purdue at 17 and 18.
That's funny.
I love that.
Yeah. So I don't know. I
love that.
There's not really like a story. I guess it's just like overall hype for this year. I'm very locked in.
I'm with you. I was when I was in Colorado during the break. The mountain air, waking up in the morning. It was hot as fuck by the afternoon, but like in the morning it'd be a little chilly, and it was not too dissimilar to the fall crisp.
Yeah.
I would wake up in the mornings. I would go outside, have a cup of coffee, and I was like, oh my God. Is this the fall crisp? Am I in Chicago? Is it Big Ten football season already? And then everyone around me was like, no, it's not. It's July in Colorado. But the feeling was there. I'm with you. I'm excited about this college football season. The expanded playoff especially makes it interesting because I think everybody's going to talk about college football with the same thing happened when the playoff, the 14 playoff was introduced. And you might remember, Connor, Ohio State loses to Virginia Tech, and a lot of chatter was like, oh my God, the Buckeyes are already eliminated, and it's week 2, week 3. I forget what week we lost to Virginia Tech. And then Ohio State won the national championship that year. And I think similar discussions are going to happen where you take an old framework, an old way of thinking about a sport, you apply it to a new framework. I think nobody really knows how this is going to shake out, but everybody is – there's going to be overcorrections the other way where people are going to be like, I think a team with 4 losses might get in. And then that's probably not going to happen. We'll look up, and it's like a bunch of 1-loss teams that are in the playoff. Or it could happen the other way where like a team loses a couple, and you're like, oh, my God, I can't believe Clemson is eliminated, but they're never really eliminated. And they fight their way back into the playoff. The whole point is I don't think anybody really knows. There's no way of saying this is how college football works in a 12-team playoff because we've never seen it before, but we're going to still use the 100+ years of history as as data points on how we're going to field a 12-team playoff, and we just don't know, and that makes it exciting.
Well, what also is exciting is the fact that we're at the point of the year where everybody starts turning on Brandon Walker, and he's posting like, "Oh, here's my preview of this team." I think yesterday he did Clemson and Alabama, and he's already getting people furious.
He was posting yesterday.
Yeah,
huh?
He's on vacation, but he was still
I thought
posting.
But he's not here to do this show.
Right.
But he's still doing – okay, interesting.
He was making TikToks.
Okay, so the TikToks – so when Brandon says mostly sports is the most important thing to him, It's actually TikToks. It's TikToks. It's sunniness perennium. It's unnecessary roughness. It's quick picks. It's the yak. Actually, I don't even think the yak. I think we are above the yak. I think mostly sports is above the yak. Yeah.
Anyway, that was some college football stuff that was just on my mind. I want to hear about the college basketball stuff, though, because obviously Cooper Flagg is making.
Oh, the college basketball stuff is Cooper Flagg is going to be the greatest player ever. I think Cooper Flagg I think yesterday he won the Naismith Award. I think for next year. I think Duke's in the Final Four. I'm buying into the Cooper Flagg hype for sure. There was a clip of them scrimmaging a couple days ago where Cooper Flagg got stuffed by Edey.
Mhm.
Did you see this?
Yeah. And then he had a putback.
And then he had like a putback later, and people were trying to clown him. They're like, "This fucking idiot thinks he's gonna score on AD." And I was like, "Dude, to have the confidence to be 17 years old in a select, or he's on the select team playing against what some are saying, and we'll have plenty of time to argue about this today and otherwise. Some are saying this might be the most talented team the USA's ever put together, more talented than even the Dream Team, which is just a fun. That's just like a classic, like it's July and we have nothing to talk about topic.
Right.
But for Cooper Flagg to be 17 years old and to like have the confidence to go at AD and then to still like to get your shit stuffed and then still like compose yourself to make the play. He had a stretch yesterday that was insane. He hits like I forget what happened, but it was this one. He hits the pull up right here. TJ had it on the ready. Look at this guy.
TJ. Yeah.
Leads the break, outlet pass, offensive rebound tip in, and one. Unbelievable. Kid's 17 years old.
All over.
17 years old. He's going to be so good.
Is it crazy to say that he already looks like he has polished NBA game in terms of like his offensive?
No,
he looks like he could be on the real team.
He does. He's not like, I don't want to get carried away and say he's going to like the second he steps in the league, he's going to average 20 or whatever. But like, yeah, he is.
Like that catch on the block where he's just got his back to the basket is just like, it looked like a very polished post game.
It's going to be interesting going into this college basketball season because I'm curious how the media is going to handle this freshman class because they're good as fuck, and I have a feeling that like Janai Broome of Auburn might be like the preseason national player, which is not a slight to Janai Broome. He's a good player, but Cooper Flagg's going to win National Player of the Year. He's the best player in the country. And if he doesn't win National Player of the Year, there's malpractice going on in Durham. So like John Shire did something horribly wrong. But I got really fired up, watching those clips yesterday. USA plays Canada, I think, on Wednesday.
Okay.
They almost lost, Connor. Now
this happens all the time, though.
It does. People forget the Dream Team lost in an
Yeah.
exhibition against a bunch of college players.
Right.
I'm
not.
But at the same time, it just at the same time. How does it happen? At the same time, like it happens all the time, but why does it happen all the time, Connor? You tell me.
Well, I have been on quite a number of very special basketball teams in my day.
Yep.
You know,
Premier Jammers.
Shout out Premier Jammers, 15U state champions. Anyway, I think when you get a team like that with so many different egos and so many different clashing styles of play, it takes a little bit to get things going, but then ultimately you find your stride and people start to be more deferring and deferential, and I don't know. I think they'll figure it out. Obviously, it's a bunch of, they're going to clear Canada on Wednesday.
I think so.
At least they should.
I think so.
And yeah, the one thing that really stood out to me was the fact that Anthony Edwards was saying he's like the number one option on the team.
Yeah.
Outwardly said. I didn't know how to feel about that.
I don't know how I feel about that either, because I think I love the confidence on an NBA court. I love the confidence he has in general, but I'm not sure that's the attitude that USA basketball needs. I don't need because all these guys are the best players on their team. I guess that's not true because LeBron and AD are on the team together, and they're both not the best players on the Lakers. There can only be one best player.
Yes.
But like all these dudes think they're the number one option, and if you have a basketball team where every single guy is like, I'm the number one option, that's not good. Which is why I think guys like Tyrese Halliburton are on the team, because I've seen a lot of Tyrese Halliburton discourse as well. Like, how the fuck did this guy make the team?
Yeah.
And it's probably because you don't want just guys who want the ball in their hands at all times. You still need guys that are that are going to move the rock a little bit and like be willing to do like Tyrese Halliburton can score, but like he's out there to like set up other dudes, and I think that's important on USA basketball. So having Anthony Edwards step in and be like, I'm the number one guy, I love it in like the greater picture, like the overall, the 30,000-foot view of Anthony Edwards' career and his existence in the world of basketball. I fucking love it. The hyper-focused, this particular Olympic run, we're going to win the gold, either like no matter what. But I don't know if I really do want him out there saying, like, give me the ball. Like, we're inexplicably, like, only up 1 with a minute left, and it's our ball, and we need like a dagger shot. I don't know if I want Anthony Edwards waving off Steph Curry, LeBron James, and Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, and saying, it's my time. I don't know if I want that out of Anthony Edwards.
It's also just an absurd thing to say before they've really ever played a game togetger.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
But I love it because he's
That's him.
charismatic as
It
hell,
is him,
and that's
yeah.
who he is. Yeah. And I love that that's his attitude on an NBA court as well. So who are the starters going to be? Steve Kerr says, don't look into who's starting right now. We'll figure it out later. I think when you have an embarrassment of riches like this, that does sort of become it is a head scratcher a little bit, because you're like, are we really going to bring Kawhi Leonard off the bench, a guy that talented? Are we really bringing Jason Tatum off the bench? And the answer is probably yeah. I think you might have to. To me, there are 3 guys that are definitely starting, no question about it, will 1,000% start every single game if they're healthy. It's LeBron, Steph, and KD. Those are the 3 that are – I think those 3 will absolutely start every single game. I think they have to.
I saw some people saying LeBron should be coming off the bench.
No.
I disagree.
You think LeBron's going to –
obviously, yeah. I think, okay. I can agree with LeBron for sure.
LeBron would come off the bench if Bronny was on the team with him and they could check in together. That's the only scenario where LeBron would come off the bench.
KD, all-time leading scorer for USA. Yeah.
KD has to start, just especially with those two. You have a very good dynamic of like LeBron is a distributor that can also get to the rack, so it creates more ISO scoring opportunities for a guy like Kevin Durant.
Yeah, those 3 are
with respect to the
those 3 are the odds of them not starting are astronomical. Like, I don't know. How do you say that?
biblical.
They're biblical. If they don't start, it'll be box office. No, that's not right.
If they don't start.
No, if they
Beyond.
Yeah,
it'll be beyond.
That's a good one, TJ.
It'd be scenes.
It'd be scenes.
It'd be cinema.
Yeah.
It'd be cinema if those 3. Yeah, I'm pretty confident those 3 are going to start. It's the other 2 positions that, and at this point, you have. At this point, basketball is positionless, but you still kind of want either Bam Adebayo, Joel Embiid, or Anthony Davis.
For
probably
me,
starting.
When you asked the question, like, who's going to start, the first person that came to my mind was Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
Because I think matchup-wise, he's just going to torment every single country.
I feel like the pull up the roster, TJ, because I want to make sure I'm not forgetting about guys. My gut says if I was doing the starting lineups, I would do Steph. I think it's AD. I think AD is the big guy you want out there.
Yeah.
I think AD, LeBron, Steph, and KD, and then
so
I might do Anthony Edwards.
I was going to say, is Anthony
and it's
Edwards
like
not
Anthony
even
Edwards
starting in this lineup?
It's Anthony Edwards or Tatum.
If there's all this pressure for him to be the next guy in the NBA, and he's not starting,
yeah.
Kawhi Leonard is.
I know.
Kawhi
I know.
Kawhi Leonard. It's Kawhi. It's Kawhi.
It's got to be Kawhi, but it's also got to be Anthony Edwards, but it's also got to be Jason Tatum, dude. I don't know what they're going to do.
Peak Kawhi Leonard's 5 best players on Team USA.
I agree with
He
you.
should be in the starting line.
I agree with you. All right. Yeah.
Put Kawhi Leonard. Put him in, TJ. Start Kawhi Leonard.
I think it might be Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
So you go 1 big 4 guard.
Steph,
But
Anthony Edwards, LeBron, KD, and then AD.
Who are we bringing off who's the first guy off the bench? Tatum's coming off the bench very fast.
Who's he coming for?
It's a good team.
Who's he coming
This is
for?
a good team. God, this is a good team.
I think Halliburton comes off the bench last.
Yeah.
Drew Holiday. I would love to have Drew Holiday in there.
But maybe the second unit you want to run fast and you want a guy that can distribute. So you got a guy like, especially in FIBA, you want to go fast.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
That's what the F stands for.
Yeah. Fast Indoor Basketball Association.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I could see Halliburton and Drew both getting a lot of minutes. I don't know who's going to be. I could see like Devin Booker just getting buried on the bench.
Maybe.
Because you do want like some specialists. Like Halliburton's not the most like Halliburton objectively is probably not even probably. I think most people would agree he's the least talented guy on that roster, which is, not a slight at Halliburton. It's like that's just an absolutely loaded roster. But with these international games, you need, like I was saying earlier, you need a guy like him that is out there. He's sort of a specialist, which he's not on an NBA court, but I think in this context he's going to be the assist man. That's going to be his specialty. Whereas Drew Holiday's specialty is defense. Like, and both of those guys are well-rounded players, but like in these contexts, that's what they're going to rely on them for. And I think sometimes in the international basketball games, you need guys that are more specialists because I don't know, like the nightmare scenario for Team USA is, I guess we're not going to lose. We're going to win the gold. We're going to win the gold. But I'm trying to think of like how things go wrong, and it's like you get scenarios where it is a bunch of guys that want the ball in their hands. It's a lot of redundancies. It's a lot of like Kevin Durant is a great ISO scorer, but Anthony Edwards is like, I'm also a great ISO scorer. Kawhi Leonard's like, I'm a great ISO scorer, and then like everybody just wants to be an ISO scorer, but they're getting called for travel every 4 times down the court because gather step isn't a thing in international basketball, and they're losing their minds on the ref. And I think in those contexts, that's when you need like a Tyrese Halliburton and a Drew Holiday in there, where they're like, I'm here to just move the ball. I'm here to play defense. And there's not like a fighting. I don't know, but we're gonna win gold. I don't know why I'm even entertaining the idea of.
And you know what? I did say I think we're gonna beat Canada this week. I'm gonna double down and say we're definitely gonna beat Canada.
What's Canada's roster looking like? Because Canada, there was a moment there where Canada was putting something nice together. They were looking not too bad. They have some prospects. But I don't know how many of these guys are playing. I mean, you have like Shea, off the top of my head, you have Shea, you have R.J. Barrett, Andrew Wiggins, Dylan Brooks. Edey's not playing, right? He's doing summer league. Kelly Olynyk, Lou Dort.
That's a good team.
Yeah, like they got names, but Alexander
Ken
Walker,
Birch still playing is crazy.
Melvin Ejim. Trey Lyles, Jamal Murray, yeah, no shit, Jamal Murray, forgot about him. Is this their Olympic pool? This is the team we're gonna play on Wednesday.
It's
yeah, there it
Dort's
is.
playing for
This
Canada?
are 4
I thought he was German.
Was Shea on that list? I didn't see him. Yeah. He was.
Okay. It's a good team.
That's a good team, dude.
Brother.
That's a pretty good team. What are their
Let's see their
weaknesses?
starting
They need.
five.
Edey's out though. I saw Edey. Oh, that was the FIBA World. Yeah, I don't know. I'm fired up about Olympic basketball.
Trey Lyles is Canadian?
Yeah, he's from. He went to high school in Indiana though. He went to. Did he go to Northwest High School? Look that up. This is important to me. We got to stop the show. I got to make sure I get this right. 2014 Mr. Basketball was Trey Lyles. Is he 2014? Yeah, he would have been 2014.
This is saying Arsenal Tech.
Arsenal Tech, dude, not Northwest. See, that's a bad miss.
But was he
Bad miss.
Indiana Mr. Basketball? 2014?
2014? Rodney Carney was Northwest. Mike Scott was Northwest too. They had a kid named Mike Scott before The Office came out.
He was 2014 Indiana Mr. Basketball.
He was?
Yeah.
All right.
First team parade All-American.
1 out of 2. Yeah, I'm fascinated to see who our starters are going to be. But Cooper Flagg's that dude.
Should we talk about Edey since we just brought him up?
Yeah, let's talk about him.
I still hate the guy. Okay. I want that on record first. But he did have a solid game last night.
Solid game, yeah.
And I don't know how to judge him.
Zach Edey's going to be a perfect. His NBA career is going to be absolutely perfect because the people that have been saying he's going to suck in the NBA are going to feel validated, I think, by his NBA career, and the Purdue fans and it's really just mostly Purdue fans that are saying he's going to be awesome in the NBA. They're going to be validated by he's going to be just like right on the Mendoza line of an NBA career, I think. Like I don't think Zach Edey's going to be playing in China in 3 years like everybody, like all of his haters said he would. Mm-hmm. But also like Purdue fans who were arguing all year that he was like Hakeem Olajuwon mixed with Shaquille O'Neal and a little bit and a dash of Wilt Chamberlain. A skosh of Wilt Chamberlain. Yeah, they're nuts as well. And I think last night is a perfect example of like that is going to be the Zach Edey We're 14 and 15. Obviously not bad. Obviously great numbers, but he's not like if we were making a list of guys that have had pretty good summer league games,
Yeah.
That's a long list. But yeah, I don't know. I think he's going to be I think his NBA career is going to be perfect for arguing. We'll put it that way.
I just looked up Zach Edey. Just Googled him. The first picture is him throwing out the first pitch at Wrigley Field. It makes me very uncomfortable, and I don't know exactly
why.
It just looks very awkward. He's got I don't know. Everything about the guy. It's very off-putting to me. And then his game, I get so frustrated by, and I hope that ultimately. Is this the actual first pitch video? There's a still image online, and I was like, oh my god.
Because he's just freakishly large. Is that it?
Yeah, and then
like?
he's got like a small hat on. I don't know, and then he's like biting his lip in the picture, and it's just
he's trying to be a little bit of a fuckboy.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm like, oh god, yeah. I don't know. It throws me off. Also, I still remember that video of him pitching, and his windup is like molasses.
I'm still team. He'd be hard to hit off.
You think so?
Like right now, I think he'd be hard to hit off. I don't think he's a professional baseball player, but I don't think. Average guy who's like, I played in high school, I could take him 450 center, no shot.
Based on what? Just him being big?
Yeah, he's throwing it from the batter's box. He's like got a 15-foot extension.
I hate to do this because I hate to pick at this scab. I spent so much time talking about Zach Edey this year, and I thought it sort of scabbed over. And here I am picking at it, Connor, thanks to you.
I'm sorry,
but I have to be honest. I take him yard. I'd take him fucking yard. I'd fucking respectfully I'd knock it out of the park. Mark Jackson.
With all due respect.
With all due respect. I'd knock it.
He said she was all city. And I hit her out the park. No disrespect.
With all due respect. I'd hit that out of the park.
That's one of my favorite clips. So I think that was doctored. I think it was taken out of context. That's one of my favorite all-time clips is, in the middle of 20. It's like one of the best finals games that LeBron James has ever had in the NBA Finals.
Speaking of baseball pitchers and baseball and women I'd hit out of the park, Paul Skenes, this guy, is he I'm seeing every so often I'm at the gym and I just see like the sports shows that are on, and I don't really. You can't really listen to them, but you just kind of see what they're talking about. And
I see the headline, yeah.
I think I saw one of the MLB shows the other day. It was like, should Paul Skenes be starting in the All-Star game? And my gut says, like immediately, I was like, that seems out of control. That seems like way too fast of a meteoric rise. Because like him making the All-Star team and just to begin with was historic, right? Ebo,
yeah.
I have that.
It's the first guy that's gone #1 overall and then made the next All-Star team.
Yeah, so I saw that. I was like, come on, this is crazy. But then I thought about it, and I was like, I've not watched every single pitch that Paul Skenes has thrown this year, but I will say this is the cousin of the in my lifetime thing.
Yeah,
I haven't watched every pitch, but every pitch I've watched, holy shit, that guy is unhittable.
Yeah, I know.
And then someone's gonna be like, "What about this homer he gave up?" And I'm like, "I didn't watch that."
Yeah.
Every pitch I've seen, he just throws. He's a starting pitcher that just throws 100 every single pitch. He's incredible.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a single loss this year.
He's
right?
He's like absolutely dominating. I think that like it's gone from like this is a hot start to like this guy might be GOAT. This might be some GOAT shit we're seeing.
Yeah. There's a lot of data now on like basically how well players hit against different velocities now that we can track it all. And when people are throwing 102 plus in the zone, it's nearly impossible to hit. You might as well be throwing like a blind person up there to hit. It's impossible.
Even if it's dead smack in the middle of the
plate.
plate.
102 miles an hour plus. It's almost impossible to barrel up. And all his pitches are like 101, 102.
Possible to barrel up.
You know anything about barreling up?
It's just impossible to hit.
Yeah.
Just say the word hit. It's impossible to hit the ball.
You can get jammed. You can get sawed off. What are the type of ways you get hit? You get jammed, sawed off the end of the bat, barrel one up, sweet spot, on the hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, but some of these are redundant. Jammed and on the hands is the same thing.
Topped it. Got under
Which
one.
sawed off?
I think that's your bat splits in half.
That your bat has to split in half?
Yeah.
So getting sawed off is, but like, what if you hit it? What if you hit it on like the end? You can hit it on the end of the bat and crack your bat, can't you?
Yeah,
you hit it
that's
at like the
true.
right spot.
I think sawed off, I guess, is on the logo, like where like traditionally where the logo on the bat.
Oh yeah,
like right around
the stain mark.
Yeah.
What's that for again? They like stain it to see if it's.
Well, I think you're supposed to face the stain towards you because the stronger part of the wood is on the other side.
Oh. Okay.
But yeah, no, he's impossible to hit.
Did you ever play with wood bats as a kid, or were you strictly metal?
I was strictly metal. I was hardcore. Yeah. We just fucking. I was metal as fuck, dude.
Yeah.
I was one of the most metal. No, I quit baseball when I was 12.
Okay, yeah, so you were still playing with
Yeah, we were playing
aluminum
metal
bats and everything. That was wood bats sucked.
Wood bat tournaments,
Awful.
We'd show up, and when you barreled one up, it felt great, but I broke like 2 or 3 bats.
I was gonna say, is breaking bats at a youth level, with wood bats as common as it is in majors?
If I got caught out in front, I would break it. Yeah.
Really?
It broke all the time. I thought bad.
That seems expensive.
Yeah.
It was very expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. You had to keep just going and getting new bats. There came a point where I had to borrow other teammates' bats because mine just kept breaking. I had none left, and then I would break their bats, and I felt all bad.
Just getting sawed off left and right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But also the metal bats. Like I had a Voodoo. I had a DeMarini Voodoo. We were using. No, it was a white one actually.
Yeah, he was a BB Core kid. He didn't play BSR.
Yeah.
Forgot your mic.
All those young BB Core. They're not Gen Z and millennials. It's BB Core and BSR. BSR hit with the real bats.
Sorry.
The real far dingers.
Sorry.
I need Brandon here.
But then
BB Core.
there were CF4s, and then there
What
was
are
the
they saying?
stealths.
Brandon, what are they? Brandon, are you watching? What are they saying?
We had some awesome bats that we were using, and then we go to a wood bat league. I'm like, this fucking blows. Anyway, that was just a quick side note that I had.
I don't remember the bats I used. My little league coach would just have like a big sack that he'd like throw over his shoulder, and then he'd show up for practice and just like dump out a bunch of metal bats, and then you just kind of like sort through them, and that was pretty much it.
When was the
I
last
don't
time you
remember.
swung a bat, like a real legitimate baseball bat?
That's a great question, Connor. I might have to go hit the cages.
I've been
Sluggers.
It's
saying.
been a minute.
Let's go to
Well,
sluggers.
are we
I don't know.
are
don't
we
know.
allowed to?
I don't know yet.
Okay, all right. We're going to Sluggers this weekend is what I was going to say. I don't know if I was allowed to say that, but
No,
yeah.
I want us to do. I've always said it, the coolest company party ever would be. We go to a Major League Baseball field. They set up the turtle for us. There's a bartender like right by in the dugout serving drinks for everyone, and everyone just gets around a BP.
yeah.
And we just all get to
That
go
would
hit
be
some
nice.
BP.
That would be nice.
Is someone making or did I just dream this? Someone making like a Top Golf for
It
baseball?
exists. Yeah,
It's already been made.
I don't know if it has the same like fun level as golf. I think what makes golf fun is like the
Yeah.
leisurely activity that like almost.
It's a good idea insofar as like when you say it out loud that you know how you go to a batting cage and you hit the ball but then it immediately hits the net and you don't really see how far it goes and you don't really see. What if we opened up the batting cage and you got to hit and we had a place where you could just, it was like a batting cage except it was you actually see the trajectory of your ball and you can like aim it, play like I don't know. So like all that, I'm nodding along with it, but then I probably will never go. They already exist, though, you said?
They're on simulators is the problem.
Oh, it's a simulator.
Yeah, so you basically get soft toss the ball, and you hit it on a simulator, and it gives you a fake distance. Like there's guys that just like hitting little.
We need an actual Top Golf, it's like one baseball field, and then there's like even the levels to it, and you're like on the third level, and you can try to hit one, but they should be like racquetballs with metal bats, and you can hit them. Can you hit a racquetball farther than a baseball, or does it just feel faster off the bat? Would it fly farther?
I think I think so.
Yeah, it's got some weight to it too, a racquetball.
What's the best ball to fucking crush? Because like we used to play with tennis balls sometime, but they're so light that you hit the piss out of them, but then they kind of die as they.
You get a golf ball with a baseball bat, really.
Yeah,
Golf ball.
Oh, that was the best.
Golf ball with a baseball bat. Feels
I think
real good.
we did it. Just Top Golf, but with baseball bats instead of golf clubs.
Right. It's still top golf.
It's still Top Golf, but
I mean,
we're using baseball bats.
my buddy Jared lived over by a golf course, And
How's he doing, by the way?
He's doing great.
Oh, okay.
I was just with him last week. He's doing great.
That's good.
But anyway, yeah, he had a golf course right by his house, and a lot of stray golf balls would go into his yard. And his yard also like backed up to the woods, so we would just we'd get our CF4s, and we would go out there and we just lob golf balls up to each other, and we just hit them back onto the golf course into the woods. It was a great time. It was so good, so much fun.
It shouldn't be.
That's how I spent my childhood.
It shouldn't be as fun to hit golf balls into the woods,
But it is. So,
there is something about it.
yeah. And then eventually,
When I'm out on a course and I find like a shitty, like there's a ball like on the edge of the water or something, and you pick it up and it's like caked in mud and it's shitty and it might be a little cracked. I absolutely just turn to the woods. I put that shit on a tee and I turn to the woods and just smoke it. And maybe I shouldn't, but I don't know.
well, also home run derby. On the topic of launching bombs, I don't know why I said it like that. Bombs. We have Gunnar Henderson, who
Family.
I agree he's family, and I'm rooting for him, although he is going up against Alec Boehm. Are we worried at all that this is possibly going to ruin his swing?
Ruin his swing. That's always
because
the talk about.
This is the narrative.
I would, except for if you've ever seen him swing, every single swing is the hardest swing someone's ever taken in their entire life.
Also, isn't baseball now every swing is a home run swing?
Analytically.
Like this
Guys
is
should be going to the home run derby to fix their swing.
right.
Vlad Guerrero should be going every year
Right.
to work on his launching.
I think that's an outdated. That used to be the thing, but
Yeah.
that was like back when guys were trying to like hit into the gap.
and hit for contact,
And
yeah.
But now nobody does that anymore.
Yeah, it's true.
You're just swinging for the fences at all times anyway, so you might as well. It's a great point, Ebo. We should flip this on its head. Everybody should be in the home run derby. It'll fix your swing. You should be taking hacks. You should you go to the home run derby and see some balls go over the fence and get your mojo back. If your swing is broken, you just need to see some dingers
And
under the bright lights.
I do like how they do seem to be very eager to do the home run derby. Whereas obviously, like with the NBA, they're really pulling teeth, like trying to get people to join the slam dunk contest. Here, I know like Alec Boehm was very excited, and then you have Gunnar Henderson announcing on the Sunday Night Baseball, like, oh yeah, I'm doing it. Like, I'm very excited. Like, people do seem to be genuinely excited.
Do you think the history books will blame LeBron for the dunk contest?
I think 100%, yeah. I think that's totally fair. Again, LeBron guy. I said yesterday I'll concede some stuff about him. He absolutely is held responsible and should be held responsible.
He killed the dunk contest.
Ruining the dunk. Not ruining it, but setting a trend that the biggest stars in the game, the people who could dominate and put on a show in that contest, they don't have to be.
What was the moment for you where you're like, I think I'm over the dunk contest? 'Cause you can get back into it. You can I think you can get out on the dunk contest, and then some shit can happen, like Aaron Gordon or Zach LaVine. It's basically always one of those guys bring you back. But I think the first moment, if I'm remembering right, was Birdman one where he he threw it up to himself and then tried to catch it from the free throw line, and he's the reason. He's the reason they instituted a clock, I think, because I think he went 0 for 40 one time trying to do a dunk, and he just kept going. I think it was Birdman, and I think that was the moment I was watching this where I was like, oh my god, the dunk contest sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I think it sucks, and we need LeBron in it because it was obviously the coolest thing ever, and a lot of people say the ship has sailed and there's no getting it back, but I think you can get it back. I think it's just it'll take the right guys, and I think if it's in enough of a lull for a long enough, then when one pops off, it'll feel like it's back. But it's always going to ebb and flow, and it's always going to no.
You can't have G
Trampoline.
League.
We gotta get trampolines involved.
We need trampolines.
Yes, get trampolines. You can't have G League players comprising half of.
Yeah, I was when you asked yesterday who the top 5 shooters of all time are. I was thinking about that. How it's interesting how when you talk about dunkers and stuff, you're allowed to invoke G League players. You're allowed to invoke street ball guys. Not really, but what if the best what if the NBA 3-point contest just had civilians? What if that happened? Because I do think honestly, gun to my head, the best standstill shooters the best guy in the world is probably like some 71-year-old guy that does not move his feet and has just like become a robot and programmed himself to like in the left corner never miss. That guy's probably the best shooter in the world. Yeah. But why is it that the dunk contest? It's because the stars don't want to do it. The stars still want to do the 3-point contest, but the dunk contest, we're like 5 years away from like just any. It's just like it's like the U.S. Open, and it's like we're gonna have like 2 months before the dunk contest, we're gonna have like satellite competitions where we find the best dunker in Chicago, and then he gets to go against the best dunker in St. Louis, and the winner gets to go to the dunk contest against.
That would work better.
Mac McClung.
One of my
we need that in the 3-point contest though.
One of my favorite 3-point contest moments, even though it wasn't in the 3-point contest, it was Kevin Hart taking on Draymond Green, and he tied him.
Oh yeah,
that's what I was. Oh shit, that's not a good look. Is the home run derby this year? What are the rules for that? What's the format? Are they doing the same format they've been doing? No. Did they change it?
It's top 4 scores from the first round move on instead of a straight bracket, and then it's a straight bracket for the second and final round.
Also, you get a limited number of swings now.
Yeah.
You're limited to 40 swings, I believe, in the first round.
Okay.
Or it's 3 minutes or 40 swings.
Oh.
Then you also get bonus outs based off distances.
Too complicated. Bring back the old format.
Yeah.
10 pitches or 10
outs.
10 outs.
10 outs, yeah.
Chris Anderson, I looked it up. Chris Anderson, 2005. He had 2 successful dunks. It's like you get like he's in the first round or whatever, and you take your top 2 dunks or whatever. He does 2 dunks. The first one took him 9 tries to get. The second one took him 6. In total, he was attempting to dunk in the dunk contest for 5 minutes and 36 seconds.
That's
for 2 dunks in 2005, and I think that was the dunk contest where I was like, I think the dunk contest might suck now.
I think that has to be.
But then I got it back, and then Aaron Gordon Levine brought it back.
Well, that's why I think a lot of these star players are resistant to do it, because something like that could so easily. Now that's a bit of an extreme example, but there could be something like that so embarrassing where you're trying to do the right thing and you're trying to put on a show, and then it just goes terribly wrong for you.
Yeah.
That was one of the most embarrassing moments I ever had when I was playing. That wasn't a dunk contest, but I did a home run derby and I missed like every single pitch.
You swung and missed at a home run.
Well, it's coming out of a machine. That's why I can't do machines. If I see it coming out of a hand, I'm totally fine. I legitimately.
You whiffed in a home run derby.
I
over and over
because it was coming out of the machine. It was 45 miles an hour. I could not hit the ball. I was early on every single one because I just couldn't get the timing right out of the machine.
Was your girl bullying attendance?
No, she was not. Although that was around the age
laughing
that she
in the
was
crowd?
bullying me. Yeah.
Was that going through your head where you're like, oh my God, I'm going to get stuffed in a locker?
No.
Word gets around school.
No. But I did legitimately. Like, I cried. I was like, that was so. I was trying to do it as like, and everybody's like, oh, like Connor, like good luck. Like, can't wait to see you do it. And then I get in there and I just missed every single pitch. I think I connected on one, and it was a grounder, like that barely made it out of the outfield.
Was this through your little league or through?
Yeah, it was a little league thing.
Cooperstown?
No, not Cooperstown. I did go yard in Cooperstown though, which was awesome. So that kind of redeemed it.
What's Cooperstown? I know that Cooperstown is where the Hall of Fame is and all that, but like it seems like you're using it in a different
big organized youth baseball tournament for 12U, 13U-ish age, like literally World Series age, where the fences are very short and people can use you can use big barrels. So
it was awesome.
So if you're like a 6 foot,
so it's juiced
12-year-old,
a little bit. Yeah,
it's like your dream to go play at Cooperstown and hit 10 homers.
Yeah,
and you would go for a week, and you would stay. They had like the barracks. At this huge baseball facility, and all the fields are so well kept, and the grounds crew is out there, and it really was like baseball paradise. I don't know how many fields they have at the complex. It has to be around like 20 at the very least. Like, it's a lot of fields. What?
At Cooperstown? At Cooperstown. 20? They got 20 fields?
It might be way more than that. I don't know. But you would stay on campus at this Cooperstown Dreams Park, I think is what they call it. And then you'd play games throughout the entire week. It's over like 100 teams per week. And my team went. And that was like the last time that we had to play on, it was either 200-foot fields. It might have been shorter than that. I don't know. But then, we went to like 300-foot fields after that. And I was like, okay, this is no longer fun. And that's when we were doing the wood bats on the 300-foot fields. I was like, we're not hitting dingers here. So I left. But Cooperstown was awesome.
There you have it.
Highly recommend
Extensive.
to
Do you think
anybody.
if Major League Baseball used metal bats, you'd be a professional baseball player right now?
Possibly. There's no telling. Although I was more of a hit for contact, not hit for power.
Except in the home run derby.
When I'm just
then you
missing
made,
it.
made no contact. Where you made zero contact. Just like the baseball Top Golf, I'm having another vision that may or may not be reality, but like in the deep corners of my brain, I kind of remember seeing a clip one time. Is there a bunt contest? Is there like some league in like Korea or something?
Yeah.
That does like instead of home run contest, they do bunt contests?
Yeah.
That's a thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe we need that in Major League Baseball. Oh, you pulled that up quick, TJ. Yeah.
TJ's on it today, dude.
Yeah. The home run derby is cool, but nothing more electric than Korea. Oh, it was Korea, yeah. What else?
I would rule at this. I'm really good at bunting.
Are you?
Yeah, but they would never let me bunt because of the running thing.
Yeah, the whole running.
The whole having to run the first out.
Yeah. Home run derby will be fun. When is All-Star break? Next week?
Yeah.
It's next week.
Monday.
The derby's Monday, the game's Tuesday.
You got Bobby Witt Jr. winning the home run derby.
Okay.
All right.
Bobby Witt Jr.
Well, there's 3 people that are still yet to enter. Would you like to take any of them?
I'll take all 3 of them.
Yeah.
I'll take
The 3 mystery players?
That's a good value.
3.
The mystery box of
Mystery-
the home run derby.
I'll take what's behind door number 6, 7, and 8. DraftKings. It's finally here. Best ball week at DraftKings. Here's why it's a big deal. DraftKings Best Ball Millionaire Contest is their biggest fantasy contest ever. We're talking $15 million in guaranteed prize pool with 2. That's right, 2 millionaires will be crowned for first and second place. If you are a set it and forget it type, then Best Ball is for you. No waiver wires, no roster management, bigger roster so injuries won't injure season. Only the draft, and that's it. You're set for the season. This is my kind of fantasy. I'm a big dumb idiot that drafts and forgets about managing my lineups and all that sort of thing. That's why best ball week here at DraftKings is going to be the best. Still not convinced? Check this out. This year DraftKings is offering everyone a draft one, get one special. Your $20 entry fee scores you a bonus ticket. Best ball week is here. Download the DraftKings app and use code FAMILY. That's right. Code FAMILY for all customers who enter the NFL Best Ball 15 million millionaire contest to get a bonus ticket and get a shot at being crowned one of 2 millionaires. It's Best Ball week only at DraftKings. $15 million. 2 people will be millionaires. Your life will be changed overnight. You'll become a millionaire. Go do it now. DraftKings app. Use code FAMILY. Best Ball.
And you'll be
Hell
playing.
yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, we will.
Folks.
Yeah, we
Stay
will.
tuned.
I don't know if I was allowed to say that, but
Stay tuned.
I guess we're on.
I'm excited.
I'm gonna win $1 million. Go ahead and do it. Fuck it. I'm gonna win $1 million. One more baseball thing. We could talk about baseball the rest of the way. I don't care. But one thing I wrote down. Elly De La Cruz is my favorite player maybe ever. I fucking love this guy, and I can't get enough of him. I love the on-field product. I love the off-field product. I'm getting my goal by the end of the baseball season is my entire Instagram algorithm just be Elly De La Cruz content. He's so fucking electric. He's like doubling up every other base runner, right, in stolen bases so far this year. He's like, I cannot get enough of the clips of like he hits a single to right field, he's on first base, and then watch what happens next, and then like no bat hits the ball, and somehow he finds a way to score. Like he just like steals second. They throw it into the outfield. He's making major league fielders look like little leaguers.
The one last night was crazy, where he basically did a delayed steal.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen.
It's nuts.
12 years old.
It's nuts, and he's got a. Again, Ebo, I need you to back me up on this, but the guy he's got a fucking rocket arm.
Mm-hmm.
He strikes out a lot though. That's the downside.
He's got a big swing and miss problem.
Big swing and miss. He's the Conor Griffin of Major League Baseball. I mean, he fucking will mash dingers, or he'll swing and miss. And that's okay.
Yeah.
I can't get enough of him, and I love him, and I just wanted to say that because Elly De La Cruz is like, I remember he was a rookie last year, right? And he came up late, like in the year.
Yeah.
I remember seeing him in at Wrigley Field. I moved to Chicago in July, and then I started going to a lot of Cubs games, and they were playing the Reds, and Elly De La Cruz comes up, and I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? And like, holy, like I couldn't stop watching. Like he was so good that I was watching him. Like as the game's going on, I'm just like watching him instead of the game. Like he's out in the field, and I'm just like kind of watching how he's moving, getting ready to take ground balls and shit. And I'm like, this guy is unbelievable. And I don't know. I can't get enough of him. And his base running is unreal. And if I was a Reds fan, like you were talking yesterday about how like basketball players, like the 16-year-old kid, like it doesn't look like they're playing the same game as like you compare that to like 16-year-old kids in the 80s. I'm sure it looks like that's what Elly De La Cruz is to me. Like I watch him at his best, and I'm like that does not look like a baseball player. That looks like
he's also 6'5",
6'5",
moving around the base path
fast
like
as
that.
fuck.
It's crazy, yeah.
And I know there are a lot of great baseball players, and I don't mean to say that he's the best. And I know Ohtani's doing shit we've never seen before. And there are a lot of Aaron Judge is looks like he was built in a lab. And I don't mean to say that he's the only one, but there's something about Elly De La Cruz where I'm just like, this guy. This is not even a real human being out there. It's unbelievable, and I can't get enough watching him play. So I just wanted to say that.
He does lead the league in errors.
Oh, does he?
Does that matter?
No.
That is kind of fun.
He gets
he's fun. He leads the league in errors. Does he lead the league in strikeouts too? Very close to it. But no, you gotta, if you're gonna paint a masterpiece, you're gonna spill a little paint here and there. You know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That was a very beautiful metaphor.
Yeah.
You just made, yeah. Okay.
His range is incredible.
Kind of electric, yeah.
Being the fastest player in baseball, he legitimately gets to everything at shortstop.
Yeah.
Like,
But he's a guy. I
doesn't
guess
matter if he makes.
I guess the reason I'm bringing him up because he's a guy that and I'm talking on my ass because I haven't actually looked this up to see that this is true. But it feels like the advanced stats might not love him as much as I do. But he's a perfect baseball player for 2024, where even if you are into baseball, you're probably only into your team, and you can't watch every game and every pitch of every game. But you can see the highlights of every other game going on. And every time I see an Elly De La Cruz highlight, I'm just like, this might be my favorite player I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But again, I don't watch every pitch, so I don't
You're
see.
not watching
I don't
the
see
Reds
every
play.
error. I don't see every strikeout. And I'm sure the advanced stats are like, no, he's actually not that good.
currently second in the National League in WAR.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, there we go.
They appreciate his defense.
I'm back in on WAR then.
Yeah,
I'm back in.
it's good for everything.
Pro war.
I'm pro war.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
a pro war guy. I always have been.
What sort of false flag operation are you gonna?
We need more war.
Wait,
They found oil in Cincinnati.
Let's take the war to Cincinnati.
yeah, when you said baseball, I thought you were going to talk about the other baseball thing on the sheet with a walk-off home run.
Oh,
TJ's thing.
a dog hit a walk-off home run in King Griffey Jr. baseball.
Yeah. So there's a speed running in video games is when you try and beat the game as fast as possible. There's a big charity marathon twice a year called Summer Games Done Quick, and then in the winter they do Awesome Games Done Quick, where for like a week they just do a bunch of speed runs of a bunch of games live, and all of the donations go to charity. And sometimes they do like fun stuff, like they'll do like Mike Tyson's Punch Out, 2 guys racing blindfolded, who can win faster, or something like that. And this year they had a dog play Ken Griffey Jr. baseball by having his owner like hold up a treat or something, and he would put his hand on like a pad, and that would cause the batter to swing, and he hit a walk-off home run.
Is there a clip of this?
if there wasn't a clip of this, that would be a major problem. But yeah, there was something. I haven't watched it yet. I know, TJ, you sent it in there, but I have not watched this clip yet.
I just can't. I can't wrap my mind around a dog playing baseball. It just sounds insane.
Are we?
Can you imagine? Fucking animal stepping into the batter's box.
I can't. Are we
hitting dingers?
Still in on like the dogs who they boop the ball into a basket? Like, are we still into that? They boop it.
Oh, the corgi.
Sorry,
that
what?
the corgi that picks games.
They boop the ball.
Are we into dogs booping a ball?
Yeah, booping.
Yeah, dude, that's timeless. That's
Okay.
that's
I didn't know if
content
I didn't know if it had passed.
10,000 years from now, people will be into dogs booping balls.
I love a good boop.
Are you talking? You're talking about when they make the picks, though.
Yeah,
in particular.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I need that, but I will watch a dog boop a ball all day
All right, yeah.
till the cows come home. Really.
Watch this dog boop.
Yeah, watch this boop.
So he's up here in the top right. If he touches that white button, the batter swings.
My abs are tight. I am so into this game right now. You cannot believe this. It's so good.
There's a hit.
There we go. All right.
All right, bud.
Ready?
Yes. Good boy. Sit. Good boy.
We're going to get that double.
Yes.
Let's
Good
put it.
boy.
Who's doing play-by-play for this?
3-3.
Top of the lineup. Excellent chance to take it up. Go. Yeah!
Oh my God! Upper decker.
You get it. Walk off home run. Oh my God.
I love this guy doing play-by-play.
Crowd going fucking wild.
That is time. I almost forgot to say it. Can you believe it? They said a dog couldn't do it, but he's proven everybody wrong.
You believe in the dog.
Minnesota, you've seen the best thing you'll ever see in your life.
This is in Minnesota?
I think that the game took.
Yeah, honestly, and with Minnesota sports, that really might be the best thing they'll see in their entire lives.
That
That's
was
awesome.
That is really true Minnesota sports, snake bitten.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you're getting walked off by a dog.
Minnesota, you have 4 major teams, and all of them kick you in the dick over and over again. But God damn it, you just saw a dog hit a walk-off home run. That's awesome.
I did see a graphic for the Chicago teams right now, and just how low they've been and everything.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Minnesota has a pretty bad.
my promise when I moved here, which was a year ago, and here next week it'll be 1 year that I've lived in Chicago.
Congratulations.
Connor. And I went on record when I moved here and said that I will personally bring a championship to the city of Chicago. And the basis for this was when I moved to Los Angeles, and which is where I lived before I moved here. And I lived there for 4 years by the beach, no big deal. I moved to L.A., and L.A. started ripping off titles left and right. I mean, the Rams win, the Dodgers win. Very, very legitimate title, I might add. The Lakers win a title that's even more legitimate than really any title the NBA's ever seen. But all 3 of those L.A. teams win. Like, almost as soon as I moved there, I was like, oh, my God, did I do this? And then I thought about it, and I was like, yeah, I did. This was me. I should do this for Chicago. So when I moved to Chicago, I went on my show. I think I said it on this show at one point, that I'm going to bring a championship to the city of Chicago. And what have we done, Connor? We have seen the worst year of Chicago sports in the 1 year that I've lived here, really ever. But Angel Reese and the gals,
They're coming to form.
they suck. I can't get behind this guy.
Are we?
I'm a fever guy.
Well, you know, man.
You know
Okay,
that.
fine. We'll have some beef at the desk. It's fine. You know, I'm lifelong Sky till I die. But would you be willing to die here in Chicago
No.
if it meant that? If there is not a title that the city of Chicago has won by the end of your life,
Would I be willing to be executed?
no.
If in 5 years there's not a title
No. Would you stay in Chicago the rest of your life until?
to make sure that I bring a championship to the city
Because if you moved
without a
without
championship,
then that would be a problem.
that is a problem. No, I will see it through. I will see it through. There will be a championship brought to the city, and I stand by my 5-year window. I think the Blackhawks, I think the Bears on good trajectories. The Cubs, I thought were not. So the Cubs, like I know I'm a Cubs fan, so I'm delusional, but I thought the Cubs were like. They were nowhere close to the best team in baseball, but I thought they were close to being close enough to being close to having a chance at sneaking into the playoffs and then pulling off some bullshit like the Giants and Cardinals always seem to pull off when they win their titles.
Yep.
And you're like, basically what we saw last year, like those weren't the 2 best teams in baseball that were in the World Series. They were good teams. I don't mean to say they weren't good teams. Those weren't the 2 best teams in baseball. Those weren't the 2 teams that everybody spent all year saying, oh my God, I can't wait to watch the Diamondbacks and Rangers. These 2 juggernauts
Agreed.
face off in the World Series. So I was delusional enough, Connor, to believe that the Cubs were on the cusp of maybe being a team that could crack into the playoffs every year, and then you just never know what could happen once you get in the playoffs. I was wrong about that.
Yeah.
The White Sox are total dog shit. The Sky.
I see a lot of Sky fans around this city. I see people
No,
wearing.
you don't.
I see people wearing
Sniffing
Sky
kizzy.
merch. I wear it.
No, you don't, dude.
I see it all the time.
Name 4 people.
Well, there was a guy in the glasses last night by the lake.
Okay, that's one. Glasses by Lake.
You by the lake on a Monday?
Yeah, I was by the lake on a Monday.
You addicted to the lake?
I love the
You
lake.
just going to the beach a lot?
No, not going to the beach per se, but I like to go by the lake and just run, walk, get some steps in, get some
Titus,
exercise in there.
To your summertime Chicago point, a lot of people have been clowning the concrete beaches because people in Chicago like to be like, we have beaches in Chicago, and they're concrete beaches, and people are like, bro, that's pavement.
Yeah.
But there are still good beaches in Chicago.
No,
and
they're
being on
awesome
The river
beaches.
is great, so
Yeah.
or on the lake is great, and if people want to clown it.
Clown it. Yeah, if you want to
Go
clown
ahead and clown it.
I don't
Try
understand.
it.
I don't understand the concrete beach thing, but it's if you want to go to the beach but you don't like sand, is that it? That's pretty
Kinda.
much it.
Yeah.
But it's concrete.
Put some
We couldn't put like grass there. Yeah, we couldn't put.
Yeah, it is true. Why can't there be like where the leveled up seats are? Why is there no grass?
Why isn't there? I said this on the Yak, and they killed me for it. I'm a big hammock guy, and I wish hammocks were more publicly available. Now I understand why they're not. I don't need that explained to me. I'm not that naive. But in my utopian world, the concrete beach is there's just hammocks everywhere, and you could, if you don't like sand, just lay in one of these hammocks and look out onto the water. That would be awesome.
But you fall out of a hammock on concrete.
But you don't fall out of a hammock.
I
That's
fall
the
out of
thing.
hammock
Why do
all
you
the
fall
time.
out of hammock?
I
This
fall out
is
of
what I'm
hammocks
finding.
all
Is
the
like
Time?
everybody that's
Yeah.
anti-hammock. It's like Big Cat was like, no, I hate hammocks. I was like, buddy, it's because you can't get in one and get out of one. He's like, yeah, that's true. But you fall out of hammocks? Why do you fall out of a hammock?
I haven't been on a hammock in a long time because they're not really around, which is kind of your point.
But what hammocks are you? Because I'm talking about like I'm talking about like full cupping, like a full, like this sort of hammock, not like the
that
one
might
that's
be-
like, not the one that's flat. That like the flat ones I understand falling out of, I guess.
Yeah.
But the ones that like I used to go camping a lot in my 20s, and I'd take a hammock and just fucking tie it around both trees and then just lay there all night. And I'd forget to even like set a fire, and I'd forget to even put wood back on the fire because I'd just be laying in the hammock for hours. And then those ones like, come up all around. You can't fall out of them. It's almost impossible, Connor.
Were you the guy in your freshman dorm with the hammock?
No, I wish I would have
Okay.
been though. Looking back on it, I should have been a hammock guy.
There was the hammock and the tightrope guy. There was always
Oh, the slackline guy.
slackline
Tightrope guy.
Yeah.
You didn't have a slackline guy.
No.
The guy who would tie
Yeah.
up a slackline to two trees and just put his hammock above it. No one. You never saw that in college?
I saw that. Yeah.
Maybe. Maybe that's an old man game.
If you could redo college, what identity are you taking on?
Fuck, great question.
Definitely not studying.
Yeah.
I probably frat bro,
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
because I was not that, but I would like to see what that life is like.
I try to fuck even more chicks.
It probably.
Like, even more.
Yeah. No,
I
honestly.
try to pump those numbers up even more.
Yeah. That's the first thing my mind goes to.
I couldn't do it for
You didn't think there was too many hot chicks? Like you didn't regret all the hot chicks?
Part of me does, yeah. When I look back on it, I think my junior year especially got a little overwhelming. Just
GPA took a
yeah,
dip.
yeah. I couldn't really do anything else. It was like, I do have other interests, ladies, and they're like, no, we don't care. I don't think I could do a frat. You were in a frat?
No, I play club sports.
Were you in a frat?
Which in itself is kind of.
No, I transferred to Rutgers, so I didn't have that much time, and I did the Barstool stuff on campus, which essentially
Which is a frat,
assets. yeah.
That was the thing too, yeah. Because that also took up a lot of time.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
had 2 jobs, and
Yeah.
What is when everyone says? I feel like we've talked about this before on the show, but when everyone says Barstool is fratty, and then everybody I talk to here
right.
wasn't in a frat, what do they mean by fratty? They just mean we're white guys.
Yeah.
Yes. I think it's
Okay.
also like there's a group
Like-
of people that call Barstool like libstool. Like people in the South call Barstool libstool.
Oh, okay.
People like in the
Yeah.
West Coast call Barstool like alt-right.
Alt-right, yeah.
Depends on your perspective.
But yeah, I really I got hit with it before I started working here, but since I started working here, it happens probably like once a week. Someone just like says that I'm very fratty. Like your content's not for me. It's like you're too much of a frat bro. And I was like, dude, honestly, the idea of me spending more than like an hour in a frat terrifies me. Terrifies me. I went to one frat party in college and I was like, this is crazy. And then I did like a college football tour of the South when I was at Fox, and there were a couple times we did things like sort of by frats, like we would tailgate like by a frat tailgate, and like even being in the same vicinity like freaked me the fuck out. And yet we all get tagged with the frat label. And I was just trying to. It's just we're white guys that call each other's pussies. And that's the frat behavior.
I'm gonna throw this.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna throw this out to you right now. You can take it. You could leave it. Whatever. I won't be offended either way. I think it would be awesome if you and I, Titus, we went to Penn State for Penn State, Ohio State. They do play this year, but we could do it in 2 years. It doesn't matter. We go Friday. I take you for a night on the town. We go tailgating.
Okay.
And then we go to the game, and we just bro.
We bro?
Just bro out.
We bro all.
That is an ideal scenario for me.
We bro all the way out. We're just bro. Are we broing out all weekend, or is it like game day? It's time to bro out.
It could be.
Are we dabbling? Are we bro? Or
it could be a relaxed bro on Friday.
Okay.
But then full out bro on Saturday.
I'm in.
Okay.
Let's bro out. We're broing out in State College.
I'll
beer bongs.
I don't know about that.
But
you guys do this in State College?
We do not do that.
But you're broing out. Someone's got to bring the beer bong.
Yeah, what exactly? Let's try and constitute.
Also,
we could do fight or funnel.
Yeah.
You need a beer dye table.
You got the backwards hat?
What? Who, me? Huh?
You a backwards hat kind of guy?
Somebody say bro out. No. Did I hear bro out?
By the way,
also you need to cut off like a gym tee. You need to cut off gym tee.
You hold a gallon of water.
Yeah.
I was on that wave for a long time, by the way. I was a jug guy. Because I was like,
I bet you were with your upbringing.
Stop. Speaking of jugs, not the jugs you're referring to.
Go on.
There is, I've been told, I don't want to say who it is because I think it's a surprise, but I've been told that there is somebody at our other office who I had a major crush on when I was growing up.
What?
Somebody.
What's he saying? There's
jugs.
Oh, so there's a visitor.
A guest in the New York office who I've been told yes.
Jugs?
I won't say that. I would say.
You said speaking of jugs. You literally said speaking of jugs.
And then I realized, that's kind of disrespectful.
Pull up big tits.
There's somebody.
Google women with big tits, and let's figure out who Connor's talking about.
There's somebody who I was obsessed with as a kid, who I think is, I don't know. Anyway,
did we ever figure out who? Did we ever round out our NCAA? What's the video game called?
College
Football 25.
I think we still need 3 more.
Not NCAA football. It's College Football 25. Yeah. We still need 3 more.
Yeah, I believe so.
What are we gonna do about that? And do we need a 4th for Brandon? Do we need to backfill Brandon's spot?
So honestly,
Brandon gonna be back?
I got my.
What if we?
What?
I was gonna say, what if we draft Brandon Walker Jr.?
Oh, we get Tommy.
Yeah.
It's not the worst idea. Yeah, we should actually have Tommy.
If we have the second to last pick in the draft, we might as well.
So serious question, what are the logistics of this? Are we gonna have a PlayStation here?
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're gonna play it here.
I think we'll do it on the show.
We'll do it on the show.
On the show, or as like bonus streams or something like that. Yeah.
The game comes out in 10 days, and I think we've spent a lot of time saying we'll figure it out, and we've gotten no closer to figuring out how we're going to actually execute this.
I thought it was coming out this Friday instead of next Friday, and I was like, wait a second, Brandon's not even going to be here.
We could go. We could go up to the game time room and stream out of there after the show's over. I don't imagine a game would take us.
We got to do the yak
after the yak.
After the yak, we'll do it that way.
We'll stream like a day's worth of games.
So, like, if Tommy Walker was in the league, would he have to be here on the days he's playing, or can he like play from home.
That's what I'm not sure. I'm not sure about the exact.
We need him here. We need
I
Tommy
think you
here.
can do an offline dynasty, and then there's also online dynasty options.
I had a horrendous idea this morning. Horrendous idea, and I'm only saying it out loud so we all hear how bad of an idea it is, and we all acknowledge how bad of an idea it is. We bury it. We never visit it again.
Safe space.
But this is my idea. We get Nicky Smokes in the league.
I don't think that's a bad idea.
We get Nicky Smokes.
I don't think
that was an
that's a bad
idea I
idea.
had, and the idea was. So in my head, the reason I thought it might not be a bad idea was that I want to beat him, and we all want to beat him, and we need a common enemy to all just destroy. But then I realized it's a bad idea because he's going to win the league, and that's going to be the worst thing ever.
I don't think so.
He's going to beat me, though.
He's
definitely going to beat me. Everybody's
No.
going to beat me.
What are you talking about?
I'm going to finish last in the league.
You won national championship in 2000.
I did, but dude, I'm watching these trailers. Did you know that there are more than 3 plays you can run in the game? I didn't realize that. NCAA football 03, it's tight end streaks and halfback lead. I'm worried about this.
Also, Smokes has been very excited for the release of this game.
I know. I
He's
think that's
making
why
some
I
talks
saw the
about it and
TikToks and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, we should have Smokes get involved. Because the thing about Smokes is like when every so often, like I was with Smokes at the NASCAR race on Sunday, and I had like a 3.5 minute normal conversation with him, and then I walked away and I was like, he's a normal guy.
Yeah.
He's just a normal guy.
Yeah.
And he there's a false sense of security with him sometimes. He can lull you in. I think this is why he does well with women, probably.
Maybe.
as he says, as he'll tell it. That he tricks you into believing he's like a normal ass guy. So I talked to him for like 3.5 minutes. I had the good sense to say, I got to get out of this before it goes south, before something crazy happens. But yeah, we talked for like 3.5 minutes. It was good. It was the end of that, and then I see he's making like college football TikToks. I was like, oh, Smokes is a good guy. We should get him involved. And then I sat on it, and I was like, that's the worst idea I've ever had. But you're saying it's not a bad idea.
I think it's a great idea, actually.
All right.
So we can pencil that in. We don't have to put it in firm pen, but I like that.
I want to talk about greatness wins, and then I got a few other things we got to hit. What happens when the brightest minds in sports and fashion join forces to create the next great athletic brand? Greatness wins. Mark and not Brandon. Mark and CG3 himself.
Hey.
We are here to talk about Greatness Wins athletic clothing, which has completely transformed our workout game. Greatness Wins has been an absolute game changer. The comfort is unmatched. Their clothes are soft, breathable, and super durable. Unlike other athletic brands that prioritize fashion over performance, Greatness Wins combines high-performance functionality with a modern, stylish fit. Powered by innovative sport fit technology, Greatness Wins clothing is the perfect weight, providing a consistent fit with an exceptional feel made from premium, long-lasting fabrics. Greatness Wins products are built to withstand the toughest workouts. They are moisture-wicking. They have moisture-wicking materials that move with your body, never against it. Upgrade your athletic wear at greatnesswins.com now. Use code MOSTLY and you'll receive 25% off your first purchase. Greatness Wins, where the demands of sport meet the science of fit. Check them out now. That's greatnesswins.com, code MOSTLY. What else before we get to North Dakota local news?
Mail.
We got mail?
Maybe one piece of this mail is for after North Dakota.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Soccer games today. I'm excited about those. Copa and we haven't spent a ton of time talking about them on this. Does anybody in this room watch? Has anybody in this room been watching this shit?
I've become a big USA soccer fan.
I know you have. I see you
Yeah.
tweeting about it.
Been becoming a big USA soccer fan.
You hated the lineups. that we were
Bad
putting out there.
lineups.
You hated the tactics from
Shit.
Berhalter.
Greg Berhalter out. I am done with him. Sick and tired of him. He hates the United States. He hates it here.
Is he a soccer terrorist?
He might be.
Soccer bin Laden.
I have not been watching.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, but I've been following Ebo's Twitter.
They've both tournaments have been so entertaining, but for very different reasons. The Euro, it feels like two completely different sports. The Euro is like the most beautiful, technical, you can just tell that these guys are all like even if guys are on the field that you've never heard of, and you're like, I guarantee that guy's making $90 million playing somewhere. Like every single guy that's on the field seems like they're one of the greatest players you've ever seen. The cultures are so defined, and it's like beautiful. It's like soccer at its best is the Euro, And then the Copa America is just like a fucking knife fight in an alleyway. Like every single game is just like disgusting. The refs are in over their head. They throw it to the commentators at halftime, and they're like, "This is the worst game I've ever watched." And you're like, "You said that last game," and they're like, "Yeah, I know, but last game was the worst. But then this game happened. Now this game's the new worst." Just total shit shows, and I can't get enough of either one. It's like watching. Yeah, I don't know. It's like watching college football kind of, where you get like a like the old Big 12 where they didn't play defense, and then you get like a Big 10 like fucking smash mouth football game, and it's like two separate styles of play kind of thing. You're watching like a Pac-12. Does that make sense? Like the style is like you're watching the same sport and you're flipping it over from one to the other, and you're like, on this one they do not run the ball between the tackles, and it's just so beautiful to watch. And on this one, I don't know if it's a good example because some people would argue running between the tackles is actually good football. My analogy is falling apart. But anyway, it's like watching two completely different sports, and I can't get enough of it. And it's back on today. Argentina plays Canada tonight, I think. And then Spain, France is here today. I forget what time. It's in the afternoon. I think it's in a few hours. Spain plays France. Anyway, that's my Copa and Euro
I'm locked in on Uruguay.
discussion.
That's the one team I'm pulling for the rest of the way. I think they play tomorrow. What?
Nothing.
That's not a joke. That's
You're a what?
they did misspell it on the last broadcast. I saw it.
You're a guy?
No, they did put you're a gay.
Oh, what?
They did.
Whoa.
They missed the third U.
Oh.
U-R-U.
Now that's funny.
G-A-Y.
Now that's what I call comedy.
I was like, they got to get that off the screen.
Did we get a screenshot of it?
No, I was at the bar. I missed it. But
Did you do the little sass meme and you were like, me?
but no, Uruguay. Saw Ramos come clear.
In other European sports news, Wimbledon's going on right now. And that's that.
Nice.
And then the last thing, and then we'll do North Dakota local news. Did you see there's a Gladiator 2 movie coming out?
Oh
There's a
my
trailer
God.
that dropped today.
Really?
I didn't watch it because I wanted to
Looks sick.
watch it on here, but then I just now realized we can't watch it here.
There's
right?
copyrighted music in there, yeah.
Fuck.
It's a great trailer, though.
Fuck.
I can't wait. Denzel.
I was trying to save it for the show, but now I haven't seen it. Was it good? Was the trailer good?
It's really fucking good.
Denzel just does like no accent.
Denzel's in it?
Denzel is just it's just Denzel and it's what's up, bro?
And it's awesome.
Like it's just Denzel.
Pedro Pascal. Oh my God. Pedro Pascal is also perfect for any role like this. I mean, obviously, Game of Thrones, he was great, and now this is kind of like a similar vibe to him. He's awesome.
Dude, are we doing a Dragons watch party?
Listen, I'm always scared to bring this stuff up with you, Mark, because you throw this out there, and immediately I'm hooked right away. You know me. I'm willing to take you up on anything, but then it kind of gets tossed to the side. And I don't want to bring it up and be pushy, but I would genuinely, and I mean this, I'd come over to your house and watch Game of Thrones with you any day.
You should have to host.
You could also come over to my place.
You guys could do it
My
on
Wi-Fi,
home.
my
I'm trying
Wi-Fi's
to-
out at my apartment right now, but I'm
Yeah,
going to
I
fix
know.
my
I'm
Sunday.
trying to think of what's word. Like, do I want Connor in my house? Probably not. But then, do I want to be in his house? No. Dragons are so good. Sunday,
Yeah.
so good.
Shout out to the Basement Boys. I was able to hop on that podcast afterwards and just break it all down. It was awesome. But yeah,
Let's do it. We're the only two. We're the only two serious people in this room on this show, really, because I wanted to go watch Garfield, and we're the only two that kept that alive. And now I think that moment's come and gone.
I was pushing for Garfield heavy. I think we could still do like a fun little movie night with the fellas. You know, that we could have at my apartment. That would be fun. Everybody coming over to my place and we watch Garfield.
What are we doing? What's the Creed plan?
Oh, brother.
Are we pre-gaming somewhere?
Brother. Well,
that's coming up in August, right?
Yeah.
16th.
August 16th. It's the day after the Indie live show, so we have to figure out exactly the strategy for that. But I'll be ready. I'll bring the drinks. We'll be good.
I'll bring the drinks. To the bar?
No.
All right, let's get to it. Where's Blutman? Blutman, get in here. I know you're watching tennis.
Watching Tommy Paul right now.
Oh, tough.
Yeah.
He might not come in here.
Oh, that's his guy.
I don't know.
Who won the center Medvedev? I can't say Zverev.
Sure.
Zverev and
Sure.
Zverev and Medvedev fuck me up every time I try to say their names. Who won the center Medvedev that just should be over by now.
Still going.
It's still going.
It's set.
Who's winning?
Can
Can we watch? Put
Medvedev
that on the.
up 2-1, but I don't know who has the break. I don't know if he broke center or not.
You guys are even more famous in North Dakota now.
Yeah, I'm not joking. Like, obviously, I have a job where I'm on air every single day. For whatever reason, making it on the news, the local news, is like such a different experience, and I was so excited to see this. Yeah, me and Blutman, we were on North Dakota News last night in Bismarck.
KFYR TV.
Yep.
Unexpected wedding guests make Bismarck couple's big day unforgettable. There they are. Watch this.
A big traditional North Dakota wedding. But then two very non-traditional guests showed up. Their attendance is good news because, as Jody Kurzman reports,
Oh, this is good news.
It's great news.
Wow.
It was beautiful. Scrolling through these photos helps newlyweds Jacob and Rachel Nisler.
This one I really
Who
like
rock,
too.
by the way.
Relive every moment of their wedding day, from the ceremony to the reception and the dance.
And it was, I feel like a pretty classic, like North Dakotan wedding.
Two unlikely guests made the whole thing a little extra memorable.
This is Liam Blutman.
Such a great
and that's
edit.
Connor.
Liam Blutman and Connor
That's
Griffin
Liam
work
Blutman
for
and Connor.
Barstool Sports, often appearing on the podcast, mostly sports. It's Jacob and Rachel's favorite podcast.
He's just in Albuquerque.
So when they were sending out wedding invitations, they were sure to include their favorite podcasters.
Jacob and Rachel.
What happened next was completely unexpected.
Should send Connor to these weddings.
Turns
There you go,
out
Mark.
Liam and Connor had never been to North Dakota
Guess where you're going?
and had never been to a wedding.
And then immediately, just the nature of our show, it's like, okay, well, that's happening now.
Jacob and Rachel weren't sure that you
soundbite.
would actually show up
Going to North Dakota.
until they checked social media.
When they posted their first thing that, like, we're heading to North Dakota, I was like, oh, they're, like, serious.
Oh.
Two arrived
They didn't
in
want
time
you-
for
We
the
did take them
wedding,
by surprise. Oh,
where
this is
they
the best.
Immediately made friends with the other guests, all 400 of them.
Liam does not dance. He does not like music, and he does not like large crowds. So that was part of the reason why it was fun to bring him along for this trip, and why our bosses were like, yeah, you gotta go, because this was a big step outside his comfort zone.
Liam was caught on camera dancing for the Nisslers. These
He was caught on
special
camera
wedding guests
dancing.
Have made their favorite
It's such a great
podcast
cut.
even better.
Just so nice and genuine.
And Liam and Connor genuinely loved their time in North
I
Dakota.
love this lady
We had a
narrating.
blast.
Yeah.
The drive was incredible. I thought everything was very neat and cool. And
For a day this bride and groom and these out-of-state podcasters will never forget. In Bismarck, I'm Jody Kurzman, reporting for your news leader.
All right.
On the advice of many wedding guests, Liam and Connor stopped at the little cottage for breakfast before leaving Bismarck.
Yep.
There they experienced even more North Dakota nights. Another customer paid for their meals.
Yes.
Oh my
Stopped
God.
to see Salem Sioux, the Sandhill Crane and Steel, and of course the world's largest buffalo in Jamestown. Now you can follow Liam and Connor on all social media platforms.
Wow.
Just search Mostly Sports.
Wow, they plugged our show.
They did, yeah.
Oh my God.
Shout out to Jody. She was so nice when we were talking to her over Zoom. They hit us up over the break, and they were like, hey, they texted me or DM'd me. They were like, hey, would you be able to hop on a Zoom call and be interviewed for this? And so I hit up Blutman, and of course Blutman was more than eager to hop on himself, and we had a nice little 15-minute chat with Jody, and then she put together that awesome
That was delightful.
So
Thanks.
My one question, though, I think Rachel said during her little interview, she was surprised. She's like, oh, this is the way she said it made it seem like maybe the invitation was a joke.
No. The invitation.
Did you
was
feel like
real.
you were welcome there?
Yeah, of
Okay,
course.
all right,
yeah.
all right. I'm just.
I think what she was probably trying to say was that once we said on the show that we were coming, she didn't actually think we were.
She
gonna,
didn't
we
actually.
were just kind
okay.
of throwing it out there, like, oh yeah, we'll come. But
I was
then
just
once we
making
got on
sure
the
this
road-
wasn't her being like, oh, we did it as a joke.
no. They were
They're calling her bluff.
they were so accommodating and more than welcome to have us, or more than happy to have us.
Second question.
Very welcoming.
How much more content you think we can get out of this?
Out of the North Dakota trip,
yeah.
or out of just us?
Because I think we're just scratching the surface. Just the North Dakota trip.
I think you guys.
Just
have to
I
go-
think think
guest hosts on the news.
I think you guys. I think we should put out a video of you guys watching yourselves on the local news, and it's a reaction video. I think we put that out. I think we have to do a sequel. I think
we have to go back.
I think
we have to go to the Badlands.
Yeah.
I think they need to renew their vows. You guys are there for it.
Yeah. Well, Jody did say, because we mentioned on the call, we were like, we want to go back to North Dakota and explore some more. And she's like, if you come back, you absolutely have to let me know because we will do a follow-up story on you. So that's a possibility too.
She's delightful.
I
want to hire her here for stuff.
Yeah.
She should be our narrator for things.
Yeah, no, Jody was awesome. And then obviously Rachel and Jacob were very kind as well. And we've been in contact, the three of us, me, Rachel, Jacob, and just like texting each other back and forth. Because, I mean, we were all excited, but we were on the local news. Like, that's good stuff.
How sick was that closing picture at the end with us and Salem Sioux?
Yeah.
Exploring Indy.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
What an image.
And, like, my mom, again, like, I'm on air every single day. And my mom, I tell her to avoid this show.
What?
Because I don't want her seeing
Why
stuff
would
that's
she
come out. Why? Stop it. But
she hasn't seen any of the.
She has not seen any of what you guys say about her.
She doesn't.
I shield that from.
She doesn't even know about Cool Guy Mark. we gotta let her know.
No, but
Mark Blutman, stop watching the show.
Yeah, no, but I tell my mom, like, you don't have to watch it, and she's fine with it. And she didn't really care about, like, any of the stuff that I do on a day-to-day basis. But when I said I'm going to be on the news in North Dakota, she's like, what time? Like, when should I be tuned in? Like, there's a different, and I guess it's a generational thing, where, like, if you're on the local news,
my parents
that's
are
big.
that way. My parents are that way.
Yeah.
I was going on like Sports Center with Scott Van Pelt, and then like the Hendricks County Flyer would like put like a little blurb about me. They wouldn't even interview. It wasn't even a story about me. They'd be like interviewing somebody else. They'd call me, put like a quote of mine in a story in the Hendricks County Flyer, and my mom would call me and be like, "Oh my God, you were in the Hendricks County Flyer." Yeah. I'm like, "Mom, I was on ESPN like 3 weeks ago." She's like, "Yeah, who gives a fuck about that? It's the Hendricks County Flyer." Yeah, I think there is something about a certain generation that
the news.
That loves the local news.
The picture TJ tweeted out where it just says wedding guest under.
Were you
chuckled?
Were you happy with how you were represented in the piece?
How has your life changed since this aired last night? Did it air last night? When did this go up?
Yeah, it was the 6 o'clock news in North Dakota.
Oh, that's prime time.
It is prime time.
That's prime time.
Yeah.
And you guys were the good news segment. So the idea is like, there's murder, there's rape, there's arson, there's all sorts of bad shit going on in the world. But here's some good news.
And we're here to brighten people's day.
And people don't watch the news because they say it's nothing but negativity. So they're trying to combat that a little bit.
Yep.
Do you think there are people in North Dakota that are like, go back to the murder? Never mind, more murder. I want more murder.
No, I like to imagine that they all had a really nice time watching that right before a game of Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah.
What's your shirt?
Oh, you probably were the last.
Youngstown State, welcome to the Ice Castle.
Is that your team?
I wish. They won't be in the game. FCS.
Oh, that's right.
MVFC.
They're not having.
No Penguins.
So what are the MAC schools? I assume a lot of our MAC schools are going to play like FCS schools, right? And then
the FCS schools, I found out for the FCS schools, they're basing them off of like what YouTubers did dynasties with fake teams back in the day, like over the years. I don't know. I wasn't into that whole YouTube scene.
Okay.
So we're not going to get those Easter eggs. No, Youngstown State's just fine where they are. The MVFC is great.
Youngstown State should be the MAC.
No.
So MVFC? Grand Valley State too.
Grand Valley State too. Every school should be in the MAC.
Okay.
Ebo, do you have glitter under your eye?
Do I?
It's from the party hat.
Yeah, the party hat. Okay.
Oh yeah, I was playing with the party hat.
I had that. I had Jacob pick some glitter off my face yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Am
I glistening?
I had some glitter on my face last night about 3 a.m. I had to wash off as well.
Let's go.
Talking titties at strip clubs. You know what I mean?
Heyo.
Wimbledon. What's going on?
I got summoned into here. Medvedev was up a break in the fifth set against Jannik Sinner. Tommy Paul got down the break early in the first set against Carlos Alcaraz, who wants to be called Alcaraz. I can't do it the Barcelona way, but I'm sorry. Tommy Paul fought back, played incredible first set, got up a break in the second set, but got broken back. They're going to play an immaculate match. Can't wait to watch that. Also, Jannik Sinner had to see a physio, medical timeout, looked bad, looked ill, but came back strong.
You're calling it a physio? You feel comfortable with that?
Yeah. That's what they're called. That's their job title. Do you have an issue with their job title?
You're throwing out physio.
Oh. What am I missing here?
All right.
What?
Trainer, doctor.
Their job title is physio.
Yeah, they're physio in Europe.
I don't know what to tell you, Mark. When they're playing at the Atlanta Open, they're still saying gonna have to take a visit from the physio. That's what it's called. He was taking
the tennis guy's the physio.
Yes, he was taking salt tablet things that the physio told him to take. I don't know what we're doing here. This is tennis. We're hashtag
it's a trainer.
Tennis.
It's a trainer.
No, because then there's also a trainer.
It's a medic. It's not
a
doctor.
It was a physio. There was a doctor there as well.
Physio.
He was looking very ill, like he did when he was dealing with long COVID and had to retire from so many matches in 2022.
Do you call soccer football?
Football? No.
Do you call it a pitch?
No, but I'll jokingly say I love Belgium's kits.
Kits?
But I don't like that. But it's a physio. I don't know. Let's pull up Google right now.
No, I know that's the official term. I'm saying you're an American. You should push back on that.
Oh, is that what you're saying?
We call him a kinesiologist?
A necessary lifeline for players. The physio. This is from U.S. Open Tennis. And September 7th.
All right, I'm new to the tennis world. You know this.
I know, and I'm helping you break into it.
I don't like that. That's a turnoff. I don't want to call. If I sprain my ankle, I don't want the guy coming out to look at it being called a physio.
Yeah.
Alcaraz took the second set against Tommy Paul. Tommy Paul's girlfriend probably not happy about that one. Sinner's looking to get this to 2-4 in the fifth set.
Last thing before we get out of here, pull up this Big Ten throwback logo.
Oh yeah,
find this.
College football Instagram, Barstool College Football Instagram.
Everybody gets one vote on who has the best.
I think
this is it. I don't want your top 3 or top 5 because then that's a way of saying I have a 1A and a 1B and a 1C and all that. None of that shit. You have to pick one. You only get one pick. Who's got the best? Who's got the best? And you know what we should do? We should all write them down so that way we're not influenced by each other.
I already have my answer.
Well, write it down.
It's in my head.
Write it down.
Write it down.
It's in my head.
Write it down.
Who got a pen?
I'm using Snapchat.
Dude, I was doing the same fucking thing.
I don't have Snapchat. I'm texting TJ it.
A lot of good ones. I'm not used to UCLA and USC and Washington. How can you be? I'm still not even used to Maryland being in there, to be honest with you.
Agreed.
Rutgers makes sense. Well, yeah, I think so. Rutgers looks like an old Big Ten logo. Maryland looks like an old ACC logo to me. Nebraska looks like a Big Ten logo.
That Big Ten logo is also the best one ever with the 11 hidden in there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They should bring that back somehow.
That's my favorite logo of anything.
Yeah, I don't know how
be
20. They should add 20. They should get to 21 teams and then bring that logo back and turn the first
the Big
one
10
to
plus 10.
Yeah, 10 plus 10. Yeah, there you go.
Hide a I could do that.
All right, Connor, you go first, and I swear to God, if you say Penn State,
no. I'm not a huge fan of that.
That's a bad Penn State logo.
I have
Oregon.
Nice.
Oregon.
Okay.
With a duck next to it.
Here's my vote. Illinois. I don't know if you can
really?
The Chief, dude. That's legendary.
Okay.
It's legendary. I know what you're trying to do.
All right.
I don't care. It's legendary. It's a legendary logo.
Iowa for Ebo.
Whoa, hold on.
I like the Iowa.
Hold
I like
on.
the bird.
The talons?
Dude.
That's a strong bird.
That's a big head bird.
Yeah,
dude.
it looks sick.
It's a big old head. You can't even fly. That bird can't even fly. Its head's weighing it down.
Iowa.
Big bird
that noggin is way too big.
Iowa.
Big bird head ass.
Iowa.
Big head. Liam?
You can't see it, but it says.
Are you just showing your text messages? What are you doing?
I said I I went and I like texted it to TJ, but I didn't send a text. Like that's what I did.
Okay.
How am I supposed to get
Notes app?
I didn't think of that. Oregon was the answer, but they're
Oregon?
not even actually, like you were talking about teams that shouldn't even be in the Big Ten or whatever.
They're not really a big team.
And you didn't even mention them. But yeah, Oregon's logo is immaculate.
How is
that's
that? How can
logo
they
they've
use
ever
that logo? Is that not a
That's Daffy Duck.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Donald Duck? That's literally Donald Duck. I don't understand how
That's
they.
why it rocks, though.
I have that Minnesota logo on the shirt.
Well, I mean, if you can just use copyrighted stuff, then why Ohio State should just have like Batman, the fucking O on his or Superman with an O on his chest.
Oregon,
be like, this is our logo.
Oregon's throwback that they wore against Washington in 2014, the 94 throwback with that logo is unbelievable jerseys. My favorite uniform.
I agree with you though. I like Oregon's branding. I've always even the crazy ass uniforms. I think they're for the most part awesome.
I actually hate a lot.
You like the
then I don't agree with
you. Like the duck egg ones?
No, those are terrible.
That are like splotch paints.
I don't hate those.
No, they came out like cookies and cream, and it's just not. It doesn't work.
You don't like cookies and cream?
It doesn't work on a football uniform.
I love football.
Also,
I love cookies and cream. What if you love football? You love cookies and cream. Why would you not love football?
Remember when Oregon did? They dressed up as a duck for their uniform.
With the orange like shoes? Or
Yeah,
whatever?
they were dressed up as they were quack.
All right, go TJ.
Yeah, that was my
that's a good
second.
one.
That was my
Pretty good
second.
I thought we weren't allowed.
TJ says Wisconsin.
Well, no, we didn't give out
We
a
didn't
second.
do seconds.
You just gave out seconds.
one.
You just gave out seconds. God damn it.
Yep.
All right, that's the show. We'll be back tomorrow. I think I'll try to get a guest host. Connor really fucked that up with the seconds. I gave you specific instructions not to do that. We'll figure out who's going to be in the seat tomorrow. Thanks for watching, everybody. Comment and like for the algorithm. I haven't asked for that for a while. We need that. We need to juice the algorithm a little bit.
Subscribe.
Please do that. Subscribe. All those good things. We'll see you tomorrow.
That's how ball is done.